All right, welcome back. It is day 12. Day 12 of my 40-day juice fast. Hello, I'm Bree. My friends call me Breezy. And here we are just keeping huge life decisions, which is now making them a big deal. 40 days no food, and excuse me if you hear my stomach. Don't cry for me. I'm well nourished. I'm well nourished. And actually, I still got these one, two, and three more draws to get through on top of my water intake, and it's 9 o'clock here in Idaho. So, hi, don't cry for me. You know, I had a realization today, and then I'm gonna get into what my coach said. So I hired a coach. I'm in a vulnerability. I'm in an accountability group, so I have resources. I probably invested close to $2,000 in this whole process of 40 days. And you're asking probably, Breezy, why? Why would you do that? Why can't you just fast? You've been fasting since you were 16, 17 years old. Why would you invest that much in this economy? It's just not eating. That's like telling, I want to be cautious. Because I was just going to say, that's like telling a junkie, like, hey, cut it out. Okay? Cut it out. Okay. Don't you think we would have done that if we could? This time around, I have faced the most resistance in changing something that used to just be innate and natural. I remember I always want to fast around the fall season, sometimes going into winter, but definitely always the fall season. And that could correlate to if you played athletics. I played volleyball growing up, and that was always the fall season. So I knew I had to mentally and physically prepare for what's about to happen right now because I'm about to get wiped on this floor, you know? Double days, hell days, just crazy stuff. And in college too. I played volleyball in college as well. And that's how I got up in Idaho. Cali girl, ending up in Idaho. What a blessing. And I stayed here. It's been 15, 16 years since I've moved from California. So if you need any pointers, let me know. Anywho, we are here to talk about this fun thing of this social, not even a social, it's an independent experiment. It's an identity experiment. Who are you when you continuously show up for yourself? You keep your promises, you do the things that are uncomfortable, you don't complain, you don't cry about it, you don't, what is Napoleon Hill's? No, Bing and Grow Rich. You see, when your body has a chance to stop digesting, especially for my ladies who have struggled with ADHD, of course, brain fog, fatigue, hormonal displacement, I can speak from this because my body went into perimenopause at 27 due to life circumstances, my environment, stress, food, what I was intaking. So I know what being out of alignment looks and feels like. And you're given divine grace because it could be worse, but you need to get back on track. Commercial break. Let me chug some grapefruit juice because if you chug it all at once, you're going to be up all night. So bear with me. Just get it. Just get it in your body. We don't have time to play games anymore. Get it in your body by any means. Not any means. Be reasonable. Before my commercial break, oh my gosh, 3 months ago, I would have had this thought would have been completely gone. The brain fog is bad. But now I know where I left off. I know what hormones, I know what all that can affect your brain fog. And as Your body is not working overtime to digest the massive amounts of food that you give it. Energy can actually be allocated to other places, like, I don't know, calories for your brain, critical thinking, healing. Your kidney probably needs some help. Your liver probably needs some help detoxing all the elements that we have just in our everyday life. So when you stop digesting, I notice things I've read are starting to pop up, along with some memories. Memories do come up, repressed memories, especially if you use food as a coping mechanism, if you used it as a suppressant to or a stabilizer for our stress, all that stuff. When you get your fix taken away and you have to sit with yourself, which is to some people the most uncomfortable thing to do. They rather live a life that is completely just stressful, out of alignment, uncomfortable, but it's a familiar uncomfortable. So we're like, oh, it's not that bad. She's all right. He'll do. He's okay. He'll do. This job will do. I mean, I'm not on the street. It's all good. We hear that all the time. It's a lie and it's a trap. You feel that you feel something bubbling under you, and you just kind of just whether it's shopping, whatever dopamine fixes you have, learn your dopamine fixes so you can find the remedy for it. Stress does not mean you have to shop. Stress does not mean you have to eat. Uncomfortable situations doesn't teleport you to a drive-through. You have taught yourself this is what this is what we do in these situations, and you can unteach yourself. We forget that sometimes, so allow me to be your reminder. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I just ask that what comes through me somebody needs to hear. And maybe that means taking the weight off of something that we think is a huge deal, which is actually, it could be a quick, easy solution. Or just feeling like you're being validated, like you're going through a similar thing where you want change, you want something different. You listen to podcasts, you read all the books, you've gone to college, you've done the degrees, you've done the ebook classes, you've done the masterminds and all that. It's like nobody is really saying exactly how I want it to resonate with me. You do get sparks, you do get breadcrumbs, I believe. But not people, some people, it's just not all the way there. That's because that part that you haven't figured out yet, is it you? How it's supposed to be done specifically by you is created through you. You can't do it like them. You have to do it different. Oh, Brizzy, how do you tap into that? How do you tap into that? Uh, I would say how it's working for me right now, find my ways of how I escape and be aware of them. Find my ways of how I deal with overwhelm, and when I feel I'm shifting from proactive to reactive, figure that out. And what do I use to cope with it? Once that's figured out, nobody, not even Satan himself, can use that against you. Because you already peep game. You're like, oh, I know my game. And sometimes we are so good at rationalizing. We are our own greatest salesmen. That's why you're overweight. That's why you're lonely. That's why you haven't cleaned your room in months. My dog woke up from his nap and he's dehydrated apparently. So hopefully that's not getting picked up in the mic because my boy's getting it. He got the right to. It's all just a narrative, and we can change the story at any point. Any points? I'm changing my story at any point. I said, I am going to do whatever it takes to not have the same year again. There's too many people I need to meet. There's too many places I need to be. Show me how to do it. Show me. Show me how to do it. Or take me from this earth. And apparently I haven't left yet. So There's still intention here. There's still potential. Let's actually really, really deeply tap into that potential. Because what's the point? I can't be in this middle place anymore. It's time to move on. It's time to stop delaying. It's time to get on the stage. You get to a point where it's time to make a video. I've dabbled with the idea for being on YouTube probably for a second. I like to stay private though, so that kind of went against my hierarchy of values. But you can absolutely, you ain't got to tell all your business. Talk about what you're going through that people can relate to. And then what naturally unfolds. Like my mentor, not my juice coach mentor, my other business mentor. She's like, just show up for these days or whatever. Don't try to perfect it. Don't try to have a script. Don't try to. You're gonna talk yourself out if you think it's too much. And I've talked myself out for a couple of years of YouTube. I wanted to do a series since I won a national competition for like a transformation with a huge company, and maybe I'll do a series for that. Like I was sponsored anything I needed, shipped to me all time, got a nice chunk of money, tens of thousands of dollars, and I was chosen out of thousands of people. Little me. And I'm like, don't you think people want to hear about that journey? What led you to that? I was fed up, I can tell you that. I was fed up. Just how I'm fed up right now. Like where I say I'm willing to do anything, the willingness clears the path. And then the reoccurrences start happening. You'll get little whispers like, ooh, I haven't fasted in a while, I should fast. Or you'll run into somebody like, oh yeah, my husband and I did a fast. Oh, okay. So apparently I think I need to fast. Something my body's kind of used to. It's hard enough that my character gets strengthened. My integrity gets just expanded. Who I become when I do hard things, difficult things, it's it radiates off of me. But what makes you want to do hard things when you are biologically wired for comfort and safety? Your brain is always trying to preserve you. It's trying to help you. It's trying to get you to sit down, lay down, not do anything. I believe it's just like wearing an itchy sweater. It's a cute sweater. You don't get too many complaints about it. But it's just, you eventually suffocate or you break out with hives. And it's just like, I gotta take this off. I gotta take this mask off. I gotta take this weight off. I gotta take this identity off. I gotta take these facades off. I gotta take these beliefs off. It does not mesh with my body anymore. There has to be something better than this that I can wear. It has to be. And you don't keep the sweater on while you shop it. You actually gotta take the sweater off. You gotta be a little bare. You gotta be vulnerable. You gotta be open. You gotta be ready, willing to face yourself. And I tell myself this all the time. I am the person I fear the most. Nobody can bully me like I can bully me. Nobody could get under my armor like I can get under my armor. So showing up and people talk about what comes with it, about being open or being on social media, whatever, you're more open to criticism. Like, okay. Uh yeah, we are conditioned to care about what people think. Maybe it's just also for my athletes, criticism. You either take it very well or it angers you enough to make a change. I'm in that spot where I can't be disobedient. So what you say has nothing to do with me. It literally has nothing to do with me. I just have to control my mouth. how I want to respond. But I'm like, you know what? That's energy that I could be putting towards making more juice or having loving moments with my dog or writing a personal love letter to myself or envisioning how I want everything to, what I want to feel and what I desire everything to look like. Becoming unrecognizable means you gotta get naked first. That may look like feralness. Is that a word? It sounds good. We're gonna use it. That may look like being feral. That may look like being naked, metaphorically. But you just know you're not gonna do that anymore. Yes, I have crepes. I'm a recovering food addict. But it's something so just definite when you make a decision and you know you made a decision because you can pause between impulses. You can pause between the thought of, ooh, a burrito sounds good. And you can realize, wait, what was that? Did I say that? I'm like, no, ew, no. Pause before you take it down the road. Pause before you assign a meaning to it. It was literally just a passing thought. You, a couple months ago, would act on it like, yep, a burrito would make things a lot better right now. A lot better. So, yeah, let's go do that. Girl, it's just a pattern. It's just a pattern. Now you have new patterns. Now you have fail safes. Now you have systems. You're, I'm spending hundreds of dollars on just produce. I ain't thinking about no burrito. Okay. So my coach, lovely human being, she said, day 12, this is when the detox detective arrives. I'm like, woof. By now, you may be noticing patterns. Certain juices hit a little different. Certain emotions hit harder. This is when your body starts revealing clues to you because it's like, oh, she's actually listening. Oh, she actually wants to do nice stuff for us. Oh, she's actually giving us the nourishment and the minerals that we need. Oh, okay, cool. She's not filling us with all these ingredients that are not natural to us. So now we can actually build and clean from something positive. Positive symptoms today, skin breakouts, which I had hives a couple of days ago around my torso. Funky breath, it is dragon season. Because that breath is hot. Like, you're going to need a tongue scraper and you're going to need to brush. You're going to need baking soda 2, 3 times a day. You need to gargle with holy water, all that stuff. Because what is coming up, your tongue will be covered in thresh. So scrape. Don't scrape too hard. You don't want it to get raw. Um, some people have constipation. I've never really dealt with that. And even when I went to go get what's it called? Up the bum. Oh, buddy. Colonics. My colonic will have to prep me like, hi, especially if this is your first few times, it's gonna be uneasy, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna take time, you might see so much and whatever. But I'm like, I've been using the restroom regular regularly, like 2 to 3 times a day for as long as I can remember. I've never been backed up. So this is interesting. And yeah, when I go get colonics, I'm like, oh, 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 oh. There we go. Oh, sorry, I just got a text. So yeah. But there is something that's wanting to be released. She said, yeah, constipation or total peace, the range is wide and it is valid. So she's just reminding us of our protocol. She's like, if you feel stuck, drink more juice. If you feel tired, drink more juice. If your ex texts you out of nowhere, you guessed it, drink more juice. It's so crazy how past thoughts coming up. I told y'all in my last video, I've been seeing people pop up that I haven't. I'm a hermit, okay? I stay secluded, me and the dog. I have been seeing people pop up out of nowhere from my past, and I'm like, whoa. Thankfully, I'm like in distance, so I can see them before they see me. But I kind of stand out in Idaho, obviously. But I'm like, oh Lord, I think it's gonna be close to the time where it's about to be a face-to-face interaction. Oh my gosh. Daily thoughts. Our mindset move. Be curious, not judgmental. Let your body be weird. It's doing deep work. Yeah, my stomach's grumbling. I'm like, oof. And if you don't know, the point of a juice fast is, of course, rebalance your nervous system, get you back to homeostasis, get you back to factory settings, basically. Have your body allocate the energy it needs to heal other things that it's been wanting to heal. And that could be emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of that. And also this protocol is to remove mucoid plaque. And that is essentially a substance that has been con- just compacted in your colon for as long as you can remember from childhood, of things that just either weren't digestible or your body couldn't process it at that moment, or it's just storage of things that are unfamiliar. It's just, it's the wastelands of the lining of your colon. And so it takes a process to loosen that hard dirt. You, you know, those commercials, I don't know if they even still do it, of when they used to like clean carpets and rugs, and it would be like this vile, who has that rug anywhere type of rug. That's basically that whole process, how they use that machine and then they use chemicals and they wash it down and they do layers and layers. That's basically what we're doing in this protocol. Like, there's certain juices that have certain jobs and other juices that have other jobs. The main juice is lemon ginger blast, and you can look that up anywhere for the recipe. It was created by Lou Corona, and Yaki Awaken also has a similar version. And that's basically softening everything up. It's softening everything up. And so we also take these digestive enzymes. It's powder and it's in capsule form. And they're by Lou Corona as well. And those are kind of like your janitors, your construction workers. So they are coming in there with like, what's those things called? They're breaking up the soil basically. As your juices are loosening it up, they can actually break through and try to dissolve it and digest it. And then you have other juices that kind of wash things. It's your, I think those enzymes are that machine. And then other juices that are like the water that's rinsing it down, that binds to certain debris in your system. Today's mantra: I am not the same as I was. I'm becoming who I truly am. I could see that happening. And you know what's so funny? You know what's so scary about that? This unreal, irrational fear I have. I have used humor to make light of really uncomfortable, hard situations. I found humor, like most people have, through wanting a better world when you're not in a situation to have a good world. You find humor, you use humor when the world seems so hard and so just unrealistic that you start to create your own world. This is to my people who had imaginary friends too growing up. Your brain just fractions off and is like, I have to create this identity because there's no way that this is life. So I would think, oh my gosh, what if I become, so enlightened that I'm no longer funny anymore? Or what if I lose my sense of humor? And the main way I connect with people, if I make drastic changes to my life. Even doing this juice cleanse, my temperament is becoming even keeled, even Stevens. And a thought popped up like, oh my gosh, what if I don't know how to make jokes anymore? Or what if I don't What if I'm just not entertaining? What else would I have if I don't have entertainment? How would people like me? What? What? Baby, what you're doing is bigger than all of that. And I guess once you get into your mid-30s, you just, not that you don't care, but it's just not on your radar anymore. It's more like, well, it's on me. It's on me. And I have to trust who I'm meant for will naturally come across my path. And who I'm not will probably be there by the time I lap this anyway. So, not a problem. Not a problem. It's a healthy detachment. That's the big word that came up today for me. Detachment. Not detached to an outcome. I'm dating right now too, I guess. Yeah, I am dating. I've never intentionally dated in my life. I have been married before and I've only had one other relationship. So I have a dating coach and I would say that's my third priority right now. Mindset, travel, business, juice cleanse. That's like my top priorities right now. And so you figure out your triggers, you figure out your blind spots only through interacting with people. And that could be platonic or romantic. But people will mirror back to you your thoughts, how you feel about yourself. And that's another reason I wanted to do a huge reset. I'm like, what I'm calling in, I need it to be pure. So that starts with me being pure, pure with my intentions, pure with my ways of thinking, pure with my thought process, and pure with what I believe in. So I'm not putting on the show for people. So I'm not um, showing up how people expect me to show up. Nobody asks you to put on that responsibility. You did it on yourself to be safe. You did it on yourself to get out of dangerous situations. But now you don't have to, you no longer have to do that. You have other resources. What a blessing. All right. I think I went through today's mantra. I'm not the same as I was. I am becoming who I truly am. Let today be a celebration of everything you've released and everything beautiful that's rising to the surface. You're not just doing a fast, you're rewriting your energy blueprint. You're making space for the new you to step forward. Small wins do add up, yeah. So I'm in a group with people all over the world, and I think we're at the point where we're all saying, like, we're really doing this. Wow, we're really doing this. We are locked in. We are locked in. We're really doing this. And of course I have thoughts of food and that, nobody would know. But not being able, knowing that I have to face this camera tomorrow and be like, yeah, well, you remember what I was saying all those previous days? Having that soup was just way more important than what I'm doing here, what I'm creating, the momentum I'm creating, the changes I've already made, the investments are, you know, I just needed it. I just needed it to feel better. How crazy does that sound? But that's most of our lives. Yeah, delay the impact, delay the tribe that is meant for you, delay that soul partner, delay all of it because I just want to stay in this addiction a little more. I want to stay in this imaginary land that I've created where I feel like this is the only solution to feel better. Yeah, let's just park it right here. How ludicrous does that sound when you say it out loud? But your mind's like, yeah, girl, yeah, good idea. Good idea. I'm 10 toes down. I believe you. Let's grab the keys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hit that drive through. Something's got to be open. And I must say, Breezy, I'm so proud of you because I know how hard those addictions hit. And it does seem like the only solution at the moment. But as you're becoming more online and less reactive, you can actually think through these scenarios and situations and then make a decision of, This is not my highest self speaking. I understand this was a band aid for many decades. But now, remember, we're trying something different now. We're doing something different now. And you are safe and you are taken care of. You're not hungry. You're not starving. You're actually full most of the day. I'm full of juice most of the day. It is a little uncomfortable, but so is eating a number 5 extra large right before you go to sleep. That's really uncomfortable. So choose your discomfort. Let it be towards progress. What a blessing that I can sit here with you and encourage you and transform right in front of you. I saw a little glimmer of a cheekbone come out. I said, oh, I knew y'all was there. I knew y'all was there. You just needed me to help you come to the surface, but you're there. You're there. I can't wait to see what unfolds for you. I do hope you try something out of your comfort zone, and I do pray that you stick to it because the synchronicities, the little miracles, the surprising, just you're more aware of it and you can pick up why things are happening, why they need to happen, or how they're happening. And you can start putting pieces together like, oh, okay. Something out there is trying to tell me something. Or I'm reflecting this in my world of a form of communication that cannot be explained. It must be experienced. So how wonderful is that? Anywho, this is Breezy signing off. I hope you have a wonderful evening or morning, wherever you are. Thank you for sitting here with me. It feels good. It feels good to connect. I do pray you have the best night. I do pray you have the best day. And I do pray that you see yourself and get curious enough about what potential actually means to you. To you, not from your parents, not from your spouse, not from your institution, not from your job, for you. And I pray you get the clues that will lead you to that destination, or at least that road. At least get on the path, and then you can choose your destination. All right, dear. Much love to you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night for the third time. Okay, bye.